Hey everyone, welcome to POPXP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the POPXP channel.
What's up, everybody? Billy Tucci here. No Niall Scala. Scala is working. Believe it or not, he's working on our Indiegogo video for She Haikyo, which launches tomorrow. But I am joined by a couple of wonderful guests, pals of mine, Welshmen, and among other things. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado or don't, one of my very best friends for the past 25 years, Mr. J.C. Vaughn.
Good evening, Mr. Tucci.
How are you, Jeff?
Well, as you know, off the air, it's been a tumultuous day. Discovered last night at about 10 o'clock that I needed a root canal. So it was a very enjoyable night. My dentist, who's normally off on Wednesday, happened to be coming in today. So he checked me out, sent me to a specialist, got me in right away. And, the medicine should be wearing off any moment now, so it's a delightful day.
And then you're going to turn into to miserable Jeff.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
No, all right. Well, we have of course we have the original Welshman, a beautiful
a true Welshman. I am absolutely genetically Welsh, but I'm an American.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yes, you know what? But he might be an American. He's got American.
Oh, dude, you know how you get to be American? You come here and you want to be American. That's how you get to be American.
Exactly. Well, without further ado, the king of the UK, the burner of Atlanta, the
William Picasso Sherman,
scribe and creator, Mr. Paul Jenkins. What's up, brother?
I just learned something. I learned that basically, if I arrive in America and I put my hand up and go, I want to be American, they let you in.
I don't know that's a legality, but in all seriousness,
you don't have to do that. You just have to come into America and they let you in.
I think the best way to describe this is out of all the people that have ever been in Hollywood, the most American is Bob Hope.
Yep.
No, yeah.
And he wasn't born in this country. He was born in the UK.
I learned a long time ago that I'm living the American dream because I got a British accent, right? So I've got
that immediately makes you smarter than the rest of us.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah.
Would that help you getting nigh perfect, by the way?
Well, there must have been some reason. If it wasn't that, I don't know what it was.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you. And I was talking about before we bring our guests in for Christmas, my wife was asking me what I want, and she did the 23andMe. And found out that she's, all the nations that want to take over the world. She's German, she's Lithuanian, she's Polish, she's Norwegian.
Okay, what you just said, is Lithuania known for wanting to take over?
No, not at all. She's German. She's half German, and the rest is all on the other side with a little bit of Slovak. So I want the 23andMe, and let me tell you, if there's Welsh in me, a pinch, I'm getting the flag. I'm getting the bumper sticker, Jeff. If I have any Jewish in me, we're getting a menorah for even if it's 1% for Hanukkah.
Hang on a minute.
Irish, God forbid.
Hang on a minute. I got time out.
Yeah.
So this is just my most American moment of the day, dude. Genetically, you're not going to have Jewish in you. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
right?
It is a tribe. It is it's
true enough.
So
true
if I have any, they have like Aborigine, Jew. That's part of one of the things they tell you what you want.
All of them would have been great, right? All of them.
Anyone would be great because I'm going all out. I'm going all out with that. Yep. And
23andMe doesn't go like, yes, you have Christianity in you. Yes, you have
no. Well, yeah, you're right about that. I guess it. Well, if I come from Israel, I'm getting it because I want it.
I agree.
All right, I want it. And then, if God forbid, there's Irish in me,
there is.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah,
there is. I guess I'm getting a flag for that, and I'm going to start singing miserable.
According to my 8th grade gym teacher, Mr. Sullivan, we all had Irish in us, whether we liked it or not.
Oh, gosh, from my Irish. Well, speaking of the UK, how about we bring an Englishman in? Because he's definitely, with that last name, he's definitely got to have some.
I think that you're being greatly presumptuous. But that said, regardless of nationality, our first guest is a tremendous talent, a cool guy, and one with many different insights. I'd like to welcome Mr. Todd Livingston.
Howdy, fellers.
Hello, Todd. Welcome back to the show.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course, Todd Livingston, I presume.
We had a great show the last time we were talking about Starring Sonya Devereaux and its origins.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll recap that a lot, but I'd actually like you to introduce your fellow compatriots this evening.
All right, I shall do that then. Joining me first, because alphabetically, my co-writer and co-creator, Mr. Nick Capetanakis.
Hello to all of you and to the millions of Welshmen around the country watching tonight.
Yes, Nick TUCCI'S.
TUCCI'S. Claro.
Nick and I, before we started writing comics, we were writing comedy in our comedy group Open Season, where
and performing that comedy as well.
Toured all over the country in Canada.
And
excellent.
What Welshland?
Welshland.
I like
Rushland, Pennsylvania.
This show went off the rails before we started.
Yes.
Yes, for all you Germans, we invaded comedy clubs across the country. Subjugated them. I don't know why
when you were finished. I see that when you were finished, you kind of finished your gig after you've invaded that, and then you went outside in the town square and found a restaurant and just strutted around looking like really annoyed.
We can do that anywhere, really.
Germans are good at.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue with the introductions, Todd.
Yes,
absolutely. Next up are the pair of illustrators who I feel are the best at illustrating comedy in this modern age of comics. It is Brendon and Brian Fraim.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Insert Welsh joke here.
Well, you guys are from Pennsylvania, a state with a lot of coal miners, so there's a Welsh kinship there.
There you go.
Does Fraim sound like a Welsh name, Paul?
It could be. It could be. Basically, I can give you the genetic test of whether or not you could potentially be Welsh. Have all of your ancestors died before the age of 35 of black lung?
I don't think so.
Okay, you're not Welsh.
I think our dad told us once years ago that our last name, like when they came over to Ellis Island, was actually Graham, and they just got mumbled and changed by whoever's working Ellis Island. Oh, it's Fraim. Bleh. Maybe. Okay. I have no facts to back that up, but
it sounds dubious at best. Here's the big test of whether or not you could potentially be Welsh. Sheep. No reaction. See, if you were Welsh and I had said the word sheep, you would have been like, what?
Yeah.
So, no way. You're not Welsh. I'm sorry.
We're 100% American.
That's right.
Very nice. Todd, please continue.
Yes. Now that we've introduced the creators of the comic Starring Sonya Devereaux, let's introduce two of the guest stars. They're actresses, and they've appeared in separate Sonya Devereaux movies. The first, CP Caroline Pierce, who's in SpiderShark versus SnakeBear.
Hey, Caroline! Hello, Caroline!
And next, appearing in the upcoming Violet Vixen, which is in stores mid-December, Katarina Waters.
Hey, Katarina!
Woo! So Todd,
all right, thank you. Good night.
Yeah,
Todd, I think that this is a great point that you now sort of. I realize a lot of our viewers are going to have caught the previous show, but we're going to address the ones that haven't. What's the setup for Starring Sonya Devereaux, and how can you have guest stars in a comic book?
There you go.
Sonya Devereaux is a scream queen and low-budget movie actress who doesn't say no to films, no matter what it is. She says, yes, I'll do it. So she winds up being in a lot of not the best films. And so each issue of Starring Sonya Devereaux is her in one of her low-budget films, and each issue is like a different genre, like be a vampire movie or a zombie movie or a Western or like a sci-fi channel thing and the superhero. So I decided a couple of issues ago that, hey, I got a lot of actor friends. Why don't I cast my actor friends in these roles with Sonya and add a little realism to it?
Did it work, Todd?
Yes.
Well,
Oh, good.
Yes, it did. They're
I
very realistic.
would like to say personally, I'd like to thank Brendon and Brian for making me look how I wish I really looked. So,
Oh,
That's how you look to us.
thank you.
Now,
I
now, I think that's Katarina. Katarina brings up a good point, and it echoes Todd's earlier point about Brendon and Brian and their ability to do comedy. I'd like to even broaden that out and say that I think they are in the top 3, maybe 4 artists drawing realistic people. You know, they can be exaggerated for comedy, it can be exaggerated for action, but the average people in that, I think that they do real people with real expressions better than just about anybody working in regular comics.
I agree.
Well, that's the thing. The Violet Vixen, the next issue of Sonya, that would be our second published superhero story, and we've been published comic book artists since 1997.
Yeah, I think that's a great observation, and I think one of the things that I've known about you guys since we started working together 102 years ago, is that you can capture, in my mind, anything that you guys can understand logically. I think you guys can capture it. Do you guys feel that way?
No.
Really?
No, we certainly do. I mean, Todd and I wrote a scene where there was a SnakeBear orgasming, and they captured the look on that SnakeBear's face perfectly.
You don't want to know about the research on that.
It involved sheep, though.
I feel like I should congratulate Brendon and Brian for only having done 2 superhero comics. Like, congratulations.
yeah.
For not doing superhero comics. Well done.
I think that's like, oddly enough, a skill we possess is that we can draw normal people in normal situations. Like, if a guy's wearing a suit, he's just wearing a suit. You don't see his muscles bulging out of it in his chest, ripping out he's just wearing a suit.
Unless it's Fabio wearing the suit.
Oh, yeah.
And I just,
That's a nice 80s reference, Todd.
Yeah. Who? Sorry, Todd. Just messing with you.
So what exactly, if you guys could fill us in on, and we'll go to the campaign, but Todd, if you will, describe, you said we have a SnakeBear having an orgasm. What the devil is a SnakeBear? And even so, what's a SpiderShark, for goodness sakes? Can you describe our SpiderSharks and our SnakeBears?
Yes, I can. SpiderShark is a creature that is a hybrid spider and also a shark.
Excellent.
It is 2 types of scary.
Yeah.
So, Nick, I would take it that this all came from like the sci-fi Saturday night movies.
You would think so.
I would.
You would be correct. I was going to come up with some crazy, stupid story that was completely made up. But you're right.
It's a little-known Jane Austen story. It's a short story. Not people
in the unpublished works. I understand. Yes.
All we added was the SnakeBear and the SpiderShark. Everything else was completely legit.
Now, ladies, how did you feel when your friends, asked you to star in a comic book, co-starring alongside a SpiderShark and a SnakeBear?
Well, that was the one that I was in, and I was, of course, absolutely thrilled to be a part of it because my character was one of the world's leading researchers of Ursa arachnectology or whatever the hell it was.
Well done.
No, it was SpiderShark SnakeBear. I screwed that one up, but anyways. So yeah, given an opportunity to be a character that has such a very specific specialization in that field, of course, I couldn't turn that down.
Right, and she looks like you, obviously.
Yeah,
like me.
Right down to the purple streak in her hair.
Excellent. And Katarina, how did you come about being a part of this too? I mean, for those of you,
well, so I'm going to
please tell us about yourself. I mean, for those that you may not know who you are, it's just kind of cool that if you just have you from your background that you lead to, to making a comic, to being in a comic book.
Yeah.
Well, did I have to learn?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You're good.
Well, I wasn't in the SpiderShark Bear issue, but Todd had asked me to be part of it, and I'm also a professional wrestler. So then when he said there's an issue with the superhero theme that you would be great for, and I thought, fantastic, of course I wanted to be a superhero. So they created an amazing persona for me, which would be Madame Midnight. And like I said, I loved how she looked. I did recognize myself, but it was just like a slightly better version of myself. So I wasn't really sure at first how it was going to work, because I felt like I'm not doing anything for it, but I'm going to get to be in it. But it came out fantastic, and I really loved it.
Excellent.
I think that's people's first reaction is, what are you talking about? Send me a script. Well, it's not a movie, but it is a movie, but it's not a movie.
It's really easy to learn all your lines for this film.
And Caroline, we have a question. Critical Blast wants to know, where'd it go?
Did I have to learn Russian?
Yeah. Did you have to learn Russian for the role?
Nope. I didn't even know I was speaking Russian until I saw the panels. Like, oh. And delightfully though, because I do know a girl that is Russian, I'm like, is this legit? I never got an answer on that actually, but
who cares?
That's great. Hey, Billy. I think that TJ's got a great post there with the link for Indiegogo.
Yes.
And I think you guys are you guys coming down the stretch on yours, or
yes.
is it going longer?
Yeah, 4 days left. We're gonna go to the campaign. We'll run the video and then we'll talk about it. The story. We'll share the screen. Let's go to that now. Let me share the screen for it. So if you guys give me a second, I'm not Niall, the brain of the mainframe Scala. I'm just a mere cartoonist and Paul Jenkins' drinking buddy.
Right.
So hang on a second.
Yeah, we're the main frames.
Yeah, you guys are the main. Here we go. All right. Hang on. Let me go to the StreamYard. There it is. Okay, so here's our camp. I'm going to shift this over. Hang on. I feel like Billy Zabka in Cobra Kai. All right, so you guys are, gee whiz, you guys are already 608% over your $500 flexible goal, which isn't enough. You deserve far more than that. You've cracked $3,000. Well done. Isn't Sonya, she's like the 300th most popular scream queen in the, right? What is she? She's
306th.
306th. So, Brendon and Brian, the art looks just amazing.
Thank you.
Great cosplay cover. Is that our friend Kara?
Yep.
Nicole? Oh, nice. Oh, there it is. Hollywood's 306th best actress and scream queen is back.
Billy, look at this. Is this not a perfect like DC oversized? What was it? 80-page giant kind of cover?
Yep. Yeah. Gorgeous. Just you guys not. Yeah. I mean, look at those gams.
And I just love the movie titles.
It's just human anatomy, Billy.
All right, Sonya. Okay, so let's do Starring Sonya Devereaux. Naked Are the Damned 2.
That's the best one. I like that one the best. Naked Are the Damned 2.
Naked Are the Damned.
Vampire Academy 4.
Debutante Desperado. Awesome. And of course, SpiderShark versus SnakeBear. But let's run the video. Okay. Let me move this over here because I'm going to.
What are they going to say? No?
So let me run it, and then I have to expand it.
Thank you, good people of this town.
Look out! It's not behind bars for you, trash panda man.
It's about to become trash panda monium around here.
Jeez, I'll take it from here. Midnight descend.
What?
Welcome to your nightmare.
Real superheroes don't kill.
Well, you just killed the mood.
Sorry, Midnight, you're being played.
I don't have to do this. We could be partners.
I have a boyfriend. But even if I didn't, I don't think I could be with someone who breaks the law habitually.
I meant crime partners, not lovers. But I'll consider it.
All 3 covers, including the exclusive cosplay cover by Kara Nicole and the new trade paperback collection, are available right now on the Indiegogo page.
Excellent. You guys are a piss of that. Oh, I hit it again. Hang on. Why not watch it again? Sorry. Well done.
As Caroline voiced her character in the SpiderShark versus SnakeBear video, Katarina voiced Madam Midnight for this video and knocked it out of the park.
Thank you.
So I love the fact that you're playing actresses in comic books and you still have to actually act. I think that's great.
That's part of the fun.
Billy, can you scroll down the campaign a little bit?
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Hang on. I just love that. The 306 Best Actress and Scream Queen is back. Again,
I talked about how I love that cover, but if you go down, you can see you can get original art by
okay.
Those Fraim boys.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah, that's right. You guys have the art with you?
Yes.
You can show us? Hang on.
Why don't you bring them up big?
Yep. Hang on.
Wait, they're almost ready.
Almost ready. Yeah, let's
hold.
Pause.
Here we go.
This is exciting television.
Yes.
Oh,
That's great.
Oh, wow. She's not wearing much at all, is she?
Now, did you guys color that with markers or is that inks, but watercolor?
Markers. Wow. Then Vampire Academy 4.
That's good.
And these are the original art.
Yes.
Not prints.
They don't. Hey, nope. These guys don't do unoriginal art, Billy. Back off.
That's right.
Pew 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 pew.
Ooh, it's 3D.
There's Caroline. There's Caroline.
Yep.
Sonny even celebrates the holidays.
Very nice.
That's me.
There's Katarina giving some side eye.
I don't like
The costume was so you.
it is not.
Master Jock, Master Ojack, Master Ojack said, I wore that to my last Zoom meeting, that costume.
There's a couple of these that haven't been used yet. I don't think this one hasn't been used yet.
Excellent.
The other 3 have.
And this is really funny. Critical Blast says, I
love that.
Mom to walk.
Hey, this is our basement.
You look like you're like 18. You do.
They are among the most youthful people in comics. I don't think they've aged since I've known them.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Katarina and Caroline, how old do you think we are?
Well,
oh, dear God, I don't play that game.
When you said that you were born in 1997, when you said you'd been artist in 1997, I was going to say I thought you would say you'd be born in 1997.
Yeah, totally.
We're both
question.
We're both 47.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's just
Both
stunning.
of you?
Now, what satanic rituals are you doing? Because I need in on it.
I see it.
You mean combined, 47 combined.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, a lot of people don't know that Billy's twin brother Jerry was born 11 days after him.
Yeah, he was. Weird, man. It was weird, and he's a bastard.
That's some terrible labor for your mom.
And ever since.
And ever
came out of the womb and they had to put him back in.
Yeah.
Oh, and the commission. I could one guy got a commission that we're doing through the Indiegogo.
Okay.
This is what we're doing for him.
You guys got to charge way more for this.
Billy, bring them up big again.
Okay. Alrighty then. Hang on.
It's going to be colored. It's currently in progress.
Oh my God! And
Oh.
that's only $200.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys got to make that a $500 commission. People will buy it.
No, they won't.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, maybe if our last name was Tucci, they
I was
would.
just going to
but
say, if you start signing it Tucci, I think you guys can pull that off.
Oh boy, they obviously bathe in Virgin's blood.
Hello,
Who told him that?
Actually,
Max
it's just
Rojack?
ghost blood.
So all right, let's bring you back down. Hang on.
Oh, you're bringing us down, Billy.
I'm bringing you all down. So okay, so let's go back up, Mr. Livingston. So this is a new graphic novel, and what is going on in the new story?
I missed what you said, Billy.
Okay, Billy. It's the trade collects previously published stuff. The news story is the Violet Vixen story.
All right. Okay. So tell us about Violet Vixens, my friend.
Well, Violet Vixen is a superhero story, as you may know, and there is a new superhero in town, in Midtown, who is brought in to help her out a little bit, and it doesn't work out the way she thinks it will.
Oh, it doesn't.
No.
Dangerous.
There's a series of robberies, and after they catch the bad guy, the robberies continue.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at some pages from the older from Naked and the Dam 2 and from Vampire Academy 4. I just love it that these are films. I love it. Anything from Violet Vixen?
Yes, at the very end.
Okay, let's go there. I love that. I love this. Guys, I love your art so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Here it is, Violet Vixen. Oh, then she's taking off. She flies. So what do we have here? So she's changing, and what is that? Is that so? Even the cloud of dust has a nice touch of violet to it. A little bit of lavender.
The edges of the smoke kind of make flowers too, like violets.
Now, Brendon and Brian, do you guys color as well?
No, this issue is colored by Sarah Perryman.
Well, she did an amazing job.
Yeah,
we found her on Instagram.
Yeah, but she does not want to be associated with it, though.
So, oh, come on.
Well, she's gonna get better than she's gonna be like working for Marvel, DC probably in a couple of years. So we wouldn't be able to afford her probably, but we were lucky enough to get her for this issue.
Tremendous. So Sonya has not gone up in ranking, huh? She's now for a couple of films now. She's still the 306th best actress.
Well,
she's proud of it.
Weinstein's in jail, so
her opportunities to move up are limited.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Buttons, nice.
Yeah, everybody who can buys one of the physical perks from the Indiegogo gets a Sonya button.
That's awesome.
And the perk that surprised me the most is, as you are wont to do in comics, we offered a perk to be drawn into a story.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 people have actually chosen that perk. 2 of 3.
Nice.
Still one left.
There's one left. Let me find that, and we'll. And you guys capture likenesses. You guys are wonderful at that. So
yeah, it'll be a nice surprise for them.
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, be a part. Someone out there, please be a part of of comic book history. You'll be immortal,
like the Fraim
brothers.
Jinx.
Not going to give away all our secrets.
So Billy, before I cut out, I've actually got a question I want to ask Nick. Nick, as you've been going through this crowdfunding process, has there been a positive surprise, and if so, what is it?
Well, yes, it's I expected to raise like $0 on this whole thing. So to hit our mark, which we did on the first day, was amazing. To go 608% above, man. I mean, I'm just so grateful for all the people out there that have really glommed onto this thing. Because really, this is supporting our publisher. This isn't money that's going to us to raise funds for as poor as we are. I mean, obviously, just look at us. I can't even afford a whole tie here. So we're really here supporting our small business publisher, because these guys are hurting like everybody else in these COVID times, with the comic book stores closing down or limited, and they're really just buying the big name stuff right now. So DC and Marvel are doing okay.
But not really. They're not really.
I gotta say, American Mythology is very smart for doing this right now, because there actually is a really good opportunity for the small and mid-level guys to assert themselves right now. The comic shops that, listen, they're real up and down, whether they're open, they're closed, and we're going to go through a second wave and all that kind of stuff like that. But the opportunities exist right now, and you guys, I'm very glad to see the reception that this has got, because I've enjoyed the comic every issue so far. So I think having the trade will be great, and having the news story will be great. And I think you're gonna end up getting some new readers from that. And what I think are probably gonna realize from this crowdfunding experience is that this might be a great way to start the one after that and the one after that, because I think you found that you definitely have some supporters. At least I hope that's the case.
Yeah, and if I may interject as well, I know I've been talking about how wonderful I think the art is, and specifically how how great we look, but also just how great the art is. But I'd also like to mention I didn't know what to expect, reading the story or reading the comic. And so it was definitely went above my expectations, the comedy and the story and how great that, and it really is something different. It wasn't what I expected. So I want to say I wasn't, expecting anything, but I was pleasantly surprised at how much I really liked it. So I think once people will read it, and they will definitely, like you said, get behind it a lot more.
Katarina, I got to tell you, I totally agree with that. I think the great thing here is there are moments that are laugh out loud funny, and then the more the film business, there's some really wry stuff that you just can't stop smiling about. Caroline, did you think the same thing?
Absolutely. I'd read Vampire Academy. I think that's the only one I actually read before. But just, I love B movies anyways. And so when you see there's just these little things in there that if you don't know it's there, it's still an awesome, fun story. And when you do, you're like, oh, so when the people that are playing the characters, there's a lot of me-isms in my character that if you know me, you know exactly what's going on. And so it's just, there's so many layers to it, but if you don't have any in-depth insight into any of it, it's still such fun storytelling.
Yeah, I think the Easter eggs of the film business don't get in the way of people who don't know them or aren't familiar with them. I think that's a really good point. I clicked out there for a second too early. I did want to say good night to everybody. I got to run, and I've really enjoyed the conversation, and I hope you guys get some more supporters on board, but I'm really excited by what you've done so far.
Thank you, Jeff. And
Thank you, JTV. Yeah, take care of your face, man.
Bye, Jeff. Bye, everybody.
Rest your teeth.
So I got a question for Todd and Nick. For Brendon and Brian, doing comedy is really hard, right? Although it depends who you are. I find it to be easy. It's kind of like my wheelhouse thing. I love doing comedy across all media, and I've written it across different media. So I do a lot of game work. I do a lot of game design. And yet writing it for a comic has its own particular challenge, because in comics we got little frozen moments that you kind of juxtapose against each other, and you get to choose a moment, and then that's it's very precious real estate, when you choose your panels and you work out what your sequences are. Tell me, you guys, what was the challenge in writing for a comic as opposed to any other type of comedy?
There was no challenge.
I mean, that's honestly my answer. This stuff comes kind of naturally to us, or at least to me. I don't know. I've read some of Todd's stuff that's not funny, so maybe it's just me. Yeah.
Nick is all sight gags. I mean, you saw his tie, right?
We have the benefit of having worked together doing comedy comics for 15 years. So
since the frames were born.
Right.
Yeah.
With America Junior. And I mean, they were good then, but in the 15 years of experience, they're just phenomenal. I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but there's just the relationship that we have writers and artists that we don't have to explain a whole lot. We write a very simple panel and they bring it to life exactly as it should be.
Translates to the audience though too. I mean, you get the joke like that. There's no like, oh, okay. It's just
and they choose the right angles, they draw the right expressions, and they draw really deep in the panel. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. They definitely add jokes with the art that we didn't tell them to put in there. They're just funny.
Now, Billy, we haven't had a compliment from you in a while. Please continue.
Not only are they handsome and youthful, but they don't know how to grow a beard apparently either. So
not here. I told you not to bring that up.
They may or may not know what to do with sheep. We don't know.
So how did you guys all get
familiar with the mating habits of spider sharks?
Brendon and Brian, how did you guys come about to doing Sonya Devereaux?
Well, Sonya Devereaux, she is basically a spin-off from America Junior, the webcomic we were doing. She was a character who appeared in that. And long story short, we all loved the character, and she was very unique in that universe. And being an actor or an actress, we just thought it would be cool to do her movies as a comic.
That's great.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, nobody else was worthy of a spin-off from that series. So
and I mean, nobody else is doing anything remotely close to this comic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's completely original. There's nothing looks like it. And it's just beautiful. Like I said, it's funny. Again, Brendon and Brian, your art is beautiful. It's so clean and crisp. And
there's your compliment.
Oh, thank you, Billy.
Yeah, well, that's my turn.
You're like a minute late, but whatever.
Caroline and Katarina, how did you guys come about working with Nick and Todd and Brendon and Brian?
You want to go, Katarina?
You first.
Yeah, I said, you want to go?
Oh. Sure. Well, I'd met Todd several years ago at a table read for another project that he did, and just through friends, and we just kept in touch here and there. And then he just approached me and said, "Would you like to be in this comic?" And I said, "Hell yes, of course." So that's how that came about, really.
I met Todd doing horror conventions back in my old no budget horror movie days.
Mm-hmm. And so, but Caroline, you're a hero in your book in SpiderShark and SnakeBear versus SnakeBear. But Katarina, you're
a good guy, but I'm first misunderstood and I'm thought to be a bad guy.
Oh, so you become a villain? No spoilers. Sorry.
No, spoilers. No, I'm just misunderstood. You know, it's a language.
You're just drawn that way, right? And Katarina, now is that a spoiler? Because it seems that you may be a villainess in this.
Well, I'm not all the way bad either. I mean, I'm just doing what I think is best. And in fact, I offer
Don't worry about it.
for us to work together. So I'll have to see if that pans out.
You know, I just want to point out that if you write a good villain, the villains are never wrong. They're always right, right? They all know that they're right, and they all believe that they're right. So
they're the heroes of their own story.
Yep.
Well, it's the same because I'm also a professional wrestler, right? And I usually play a villain in that. So it's kind of the same thing. You really have to believe that you are doing what you're meant to be doing. And it's up to the audience to decide if you're a hero or a villain.
Oh, you seem real sweet to be a villain, though. Oh.
They all get you like that, Bill. They're all like that. It's always the ones you least expect, Bill.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. It tears your head off.
Well, it's like cats, man. I got a cat. I got 3 cats, and my cats, right? It's like you're like, oh, you're a little fuzzy, furry little thing, aren't you? And then all of a sudden, whack. You know, that's what it's right when you didn't expect it. So, you know, they pull you in, villains, and then they smack you around the head. You know, and no act of kindness goes unpunished, by the way, because I cut my finger today opening a can of food for that little bugger. So, you know.
Doesn't it have the little pop top on?
Yeah, my cat Pixie does.
That's what I mean. I pulled it up and I cut myself because I'm stupid.
Oh, I'm sorry, Katarina. What were you saying? There's her cat.
I was saying my cat Pixie will wake me up in the middle of the night by scratching me in the face if she wants to play.
Oh, Jesus. We have cats too. And they say if they bite your face, that means they love you. That's like,
true,
right? They possess you. That's part of their little pride or whatever.
It's true because they trust you, and so if they look you in, if an animal looks you in the eye, they really trust you. If they blink at you, they trust you. If they go close to your face and they bite your face, they trust you. And so, I got one, and my cat Claudius just like lives for me, you know. But every so often it'd be like turn around and he'd grab me and put his claws in my kneecap because he wants treats. And when he does that, I go jumping, man. So, you know, like I said, villains are everywhere. You don't know until they've got you in the kneecap. You know?
Hey, it sounds great having cats.
It is great.
It is great.
I'm a dog person, so my wife wanted cats, so we got cats. And this is brilliant. If is that how his name is spelled, Claudius?
That's my cat, yeah, Claudius.
That's great, dude. That's awesome, Claudius.
I think he's over there. I'll go get him. Hang on. We'll go say hello.
Yeah, he usually jumps in on camera, too. He usually pops right in. So, Todd,
yes.
And what's next, guys? You got 4 days of this campaign. When do you think we'll be able to fulfill it?
By midnight tonight.
Yeah, the book's already printed and in hand with the publisher. So.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They are ready to ship. Now, one thing we've not talked about, I don't think, is the introduction that we have in the trade.
Oh, I thought you were going to say us.
Well, I think we talked about you guys. I'm not sure, but
I don't remember that. You can start again if you want.
But yet another friend of Todd's, or an acquaintance of Todd's, Fred Olin Ray, who is a legend in the B-movie industry, has written the intro for this book, and it is just complete complimentary. It's a little stunning how much he loved it, and it really is right up his alley. I mean, I've been reading through all his movies, and he's done over 150 B movies. Wow! And every one of his titles could be a Sonya film for sure. The 150 movies. M. Night Shyamalan, I think, has done like 12 movies, and Fred did 12 movies in 1996 alone. So,
yeah, he's one of the most successful and prolific B-movie filmmakers of all time. It's him and Roger Corman and Wynorski and
Troma, what's his name?
The Toxic Avenger, yeah. Those guys, bunch.
Now, Paul's a filmmaker as well. Paul has made a bunch of fun films. He's got a what's going on with your stuff, buddy?
We're currently working on a documentary. We're doing a documentary actually, which is the first one I've ever done. It is a true crime documentary, so it's pretty wild because I'm sort of an investigative reporter at the moment, and I have never done it. But I found out I got some chops, man. I was just interviewing somebody the other day, and I brought up a few names that I have found in this whole endeavor, and the guy was genuinely amazed and went like, "How did you hear that name? How did you hear that one?" And I'm like, "Because I'm doing my job, man." So yeah, we're doing that, and I am also about to start working. Well, we'll see. As it stands right now, I'm about to start making a film about genies, which would be a pretty big project for my company. So it's pretty high end, big budget kind of film. So we're moving along, and yet I'm also doing, because I don't see, my thing is I don't just do film or television or comics or any of that stuff. I'm actually working in new technology storytelling. So I'm working with a thing called NFTs. Any of you guys know what NFTs are?
I don't.
There'll be a test later. No, it's the thing. It stands for non-fungible tokens. It's very much tied into cryptocurrency, but it's almost like storytelling in blockchain or the cryptocurrency space. So Billy, you'd be so proud of me, man. Like, normally we just like drink together. I got a TED talk that I did about the future of storytelling and new technologies. And so the only reason why it's not out right now is because they sent it to me, and I'm like, look at it looks so bad. Like, send it to me and I'll edit it. Like, I couldn't believe how bad it looked. So I will have a TED talk coming as soon as it pleases me. I feel like the king, like, please me. But actually, I'm going to edit it. So, doing like storytelling across different media and doing the origin of Bitcoin right now, which is really interesting, compelling story. Did you know that Bitcoin was created by a guy called Satoshi Nakamoto, who is not real, and no one knows who that person is, and they've never revealed themselves? It's really cool. It's incredible.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it sounds all like a giant nothing burger to me.
No, it is not. So guess what, right? It's been called dead. It's been called dead. Do you know how much one single Bitcoin is worth right now?
How much?
About $18,000 today.
Can you?
One of them.
Would anyone?
There was one person early on in Bitcoin that purchased a pizza, right? Bought a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin. That would be worth close to $100 billion right now.
Yeah.
But they pizza prove that Bitcoin could
could you sell it? Would someone buy that? What if you had 18,000?
People are desperate to buy it right now.
People say, "I'll give you $1 billion for this."
People are desperate to buy right now. It's being used in currency. Like JP Morgan just basically announced that they recognize Bitcoin as being tremendously valuable. So it's a compelling story, man. So
how much would our trade be in Bitcoin? I wonder.
Say what?
How much would our trade paperback be in Bitcoin?
Well, they're worth $18,000. So yeah, it's
a slice of one.
Yeah, a slice. A little bit of a slice. Yeah.
Pepperoni.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's cool. Molecules of Bitcoin.
And of course, in all of this, I always go back to comics, because comics are such a great way of telling a story. So
yeah, you're working on some real interesting stuff. Is there anything you could talk about?
Me and comics?
Fairy Quest, obviously.
Yeah, we got Fairy Quest. So one of the things that's really weird, so we got Fairy Quest, which is something, one that we did a pretty successful race for, and we did that up until a few months ago. I've been a bit busy because I'm working on that documentary, what I'm going to do next, Bill, is probably take that Fablewood world where all the stories live in the one place, in the world, and we're going to do a story. The next one I'm doing is about a woman who's she's on the front cover of Rome. It's where all the stories live in the same world and they all kind of interact. And so she's a romance novel cover model. And they send her to go live in the world of horror stories, and she just hates it. And it's all about like how cultural differences can divide us. But, in the end, she realizes that it's just people doing their jobs, So I love that kind of.
Well, if you want to describe for them, they might not know it, or anyone watching, give it just a gist of Fairy Quest, because you have Fairy Quest 3 now.
Yeah.
But just give a little gist of what it is, actually.
So Fairy Quest is basically the world of children's stories in the middle of this world, right? And the children's stories are made to tell their story, and if they don't tell their story the right way, then they get their minds wiped in the dreaded mind eraser. Because all children's stories are a little bit dark, right? Like Hansel and Gretel and and all of this. And so there's these people called the Think Police, and they make them tell their story. And if they get caught, then they get their minds wiped, and then they start like robots. Yeah. And so Red Riding Hood and the Wolf have become very good friends. They love each other very much, and they decide to escape. And they find out they can escape to a place called the real world as long as they go along the yellow brick road in reverse. And so they try to escape. And it's a story about friendship in the face of like society kind of falling apart, which, by the way, is very topical at this moment right now because society is falling apart. So
that's funnier than I thought it would be.
A lot funnier. Yeah. What society falling apart is funnier than you thought it would be. Me too. I've been really amused every day. But it's sweet, you know, because you know, when you get characters that really love each other, and Red Riding Hood's really, really sweet character, and the wolf is really kind to her and stuff like that. So we got that book, and we did really good, Ray. So we are just finishing the artwork. We're on track at the moment, Bill, but you know how that goes. It's slightly pushing back a little bit because, you know, just the work sometimes can get a little grueling because it's a really big book. But the book should be out in January, we hope. We're working towards it, and we're working really hard. So hopefully that'll be the case.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. And you got any other stuff going on? Mainstream comic stuff or anything that you can talk about?
Yeah, I just did a book for DC. I do it every so often. You know what I got going on?
Yeah, well, but everybody, I'm trying to lead you on to tell them. Yeah, they don't know when the people watching.
I got a book called Arkham Knights coming out, which is a DC book. It's to do with getting the villains in Arkham Asylum and giving them a purpose. So they're brought together by one person, and basically they become like anti-heroes, even the crazy ones. Because so it's cool, right? Because you get to use like Clayface and Mr. Zaz and all these interesting characters. But I got to be honest with you, man. As much as I've got superheroes with me today, superhero comics have lost their luster to some extent. There's so much more to do in comics, you know. So I like to do them from time to time, but I really like to go outside of them. And you know, being a guy that has a lot going on, we got the documentary, we got the film, we've got NFTs, we got all this crazy shit going on. So you know, I don't do too. I mean, you have to remind me that I'm doing a DC comic because I'm like, oh, right, DC comic. I forgot.
Yeah, you never said anything to us. We were shocked. Sorry. It's a huge book. Paul's very modest. He's one of the biggest comic book writers of the past 20 years, and he's very, very, very modest. Very modest, and to the point of a fault. So
I am both modest and talented in equal measure.
There you go. I'm going to share this screen right one more time because we're coming on our hour. If I may, go to the Chrome tab. And there it is.
I would like to ask Katarina about her new movie on Amazon.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's stop this. Katarina, do tell, please.
Well, it's not new, actually. It's a couple years old. I think you're referring to Karate Kill, which is the last one that I did that's actually out to view. And I play the villain, so
that makes sense.
You play the villain some more. Go to Amazon, look for Karate Kill.
Fantastic.
What about you, CP? What's going on with you? Well, nothing I know is ever going to be on Amazon, that's for sure. Well, you know, doing the whole not being able to work with other people in person, I've just been doing all my own shooting in my various niches that I am known for.
You should come to Atlanta, Caroline. You should come to Atlanta. We were just on set this week, actually, because we've got a lot of COVID compliance people working pretty well now. And what we found is that, you know, the bigger films are not getting anything done, but the independent, smaller films are really doing really well with it, you know.
We've been trying to get her to Atlanta so that she could come up and stay with us. Because
when I go out to Atlanta to wrestle, I'm out there to work and wrestle, and not rent a car and drive to see you.
I know.
So Todd, you're in Atlanta too?
No, I'm in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like it there. We're up in New York, so we're looking to.
I've heard of it.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Todd, I believe, isn't it pronounced South Kakalaki? That's what they told me when I came down here.
Yeah, it's just plain Kakalaki.
Kakalaki, right? Oh, gotcha. Anywhere near Clemson, by the way?
the link for the Katarina's movie.
Greenville's right above Clemson, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Go Clemson.
My wife's alma mater.
Oh, is she a Southern Belle?
She's not. She was originally from Jersey, man.
Oh, dang.
And I've got the best of both worlds because, as you know, my wife is beautiful and she is from Jersey originally. And then she moved here when she was 17. So she got half South, half Northern. And you get the Northern bit when I piss her off.
Nice.
Anyway, she calls my name as well. So she would stand at the stairs when our youngest was really young and she would say, Paul. And after a while, he got to be about 2 years old. And when he would call down, he wanted his dad, he would go, Paul. Paul.
With a New Jersey accent. That's so cute.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to the screen. Guys out there, please. I know we're coming towards the holidays. If you haven't contributed already, let's go to Sonya Devereaux. Please do. If you can't, at least share it on your social media. I mean, what a great group of people. What a brilliant idea. American Mythology is a fantastic company. And, this is one of the most original comics I've ever seen. I think he did a brilliant concept, brilliant idea. It's fun.
There's only 4 days left.
4 days left. 4 days left. Let's get them. Come on. Let's
only 4 days left to bug all my friends on Facebook.
Yeah. Nick, will you guys be going in demand with this as well and keep it in demand?
What's that?
Will you guys be keeping this in demand on Indiegogo?
Oh, yeah. The campaign will end in 4 days, but it'll still be up there.
Perfect. So, yeah, in demand's great. It's like an online store. It keeps while they're fulfilling the books and producing them. In a lot of cases, the comics you could still order them. And what's cool about that too is that it cuts your order time down. From the time you pay for something to the time you actually receive it. So, great stuff, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah. Todd, what's next? What's the next book?
The next book is Warrior Woman Death Team 5, which is like a sword and sorcery. And let me tell you, it is filled with action. They're about halfway done illustrating it, and it's unlike any of the other books.
Yeah, it's well drawn.
There's so much stuff in it.
Oh, there was a picture.
Yeah, who's drawing that book?
we got some new kids.
Some youngsters.
Some youngsters?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Younger than the Fraims?
They're 47.
They 4-year-olds?
Yeah, we're up past our bedtime.
Guys, yeah, this looks great.
Stop making fun of us. I'm telling.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy to be stuck in this rut.
Caroline TJ wants to know, what promotion do you wrestle for?
The only wrestling I do nowadays is for Sleeper Kid.
Sleeper
I'm based in Atlanta, so that's why I go to Atlanta.
And we're I'm not gonna ask where you're based. Sorry, I won't do that. I'm not used to
I'm in Vegas. I'm a Vegas girl.
Okay, cool. That's You ever go to Metro Pizza?
Huh?
Have you ever gone to Metro Pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my friend's pizza parlor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the arenas that I grew up from Long Island.
Nice.
And that's my claim to fame with Vegas. So, all right, guys, you guys are great. I'm going to share some. If you guys don't mind, if I share my little campaign that's launching tomorrow.
Please do.
I have.
Here it is, little campaign.
Yep, I have. Did it share? No, hang on. Did it share it? They're gonna. Nope. Hang on. Home tab. Sorry. Here we go. So here's She Return of the Warrior. We are ending. Well, here's the deal. This campaign, we are now like less than $300 shy of $200,000, and I don't want to close it till I hit that. We've been killing ourselves on this book for 9-10 months. The books are just pretty much all fulfilled, and my wife wants it to end desperately because we're launching another one tomorrow. And there's my wife working away, and it's like we have a perk. Paul, buy Debbie a drink.
I'm doing that one. I backed this project, but I should buy Debbie a drink.
Yeah,
I would do that.
65 people have already bought her a drink, and we're gonna have a show. We had her on the other night, and she couldn't go, but she was busy working. But we're going to get her loaded. We're
going to drink them all in one night.
Sips, 65 sips. You can take 65 sips.
We are. You know what we're doing, Bill? Is we're getting the girls. So my wife, Night Perfect, is known as Night Perfect, right? She has her own fan club, even though she doesn't like it or doesn't know it, right? But she's very sweet and very funny. We've got to get her on this show because she knows nothing about comics or entertainment. It's brilliant. She's an elementary school teacher, and it's hilarious. So we get her on.
See, that's great because we had that show, if you saw that, with the women in comics, all these women that actually work in comics.
Yes.
And they're running these companies, like Debbie runs our little company. Yep. We had, Francisca Polito that runs, Coffee Comics, and then we had Trina Robbins, and we had Vijaya Smith, who runs Jeff Smith's company. Vijaya here, his wife, Cartoon Books, and it's amazing how all of them. And I saw you said have her on it, but it was too late because I put it out there, to those women that are actually working, Amanda Connor, and they all said yes, and they were all drinking and stuff. It was a blast, and it's so funny how they wouldn't be in comics, but they met us. Like, oh my God, a comics? What is that? And now they're doing it. But I'd love to have Night Perfect on with Debbie when Debbie gets we get her stewed.
When we get her stewed, yeah, because Night Perfect be easy. We gave her a glass and a half of wine the other day, and she was like singing, and it's great because there's a way of looking at it. She has the voice, she has the face and the body of a catwalk model, and the voice of a syphilitic janitor from the Bronx. It is shocking how bad her voice is. It's so bad, but I love it because she loves to sing. Yeah,
she's a sweetheart. Well, let's do that. Let's get her singing.
All right, we will.
And, of course, ladies, you guys can come on too if you'd like. It would be a ladies' night show, and then we can talk about those guys and them roping you into their comic.
Cool.
And turning poor sweet Katarina into a villainess again.
Poor me.
But we have in less than 24 hours, we're launching now She-Hikyo, which is a sequel to Return of the Warrior, and I'll put it in the description. But sign for our little pre-launch page. We're doing our first ever cosplay cover ever, and this is Joni Brosis, and she's just adorable. Yeah. And she made this costume, and she dyed her hair black, and it's stunning. So guys, you can sign up for free.
It's fun having a cosplay cover, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
It's fun having a cosplay cover.
Yeah, dude, I never did it before. And she did this whole photo shoot, and she sent us like 25 photos. I'm like, I don't know which one to pick. They were just gorgeous. And it's just fun to see your character come to life like that. It's really cool.
You picked the photo where her boobs look best.
Oh,
yep.
I'm a pro.
There you go. All right, I'll take your advice, my friend. Yeah, they look pretty good to me. I'm looking at the picture right now.
I got to bail, guys. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Wonderful thing. I know we went
it's great to see you, Kat and CP and Twins and Nick and
Caroline Pierce. Woo! Katarina! Yay! And Nick. Yay!
Guys, we're gonna put the link into the description. So if you guys can go out there, please pledge for it. Please share. It's a fantastic project starring how do I say Sonya Devereaux? Is it Devereaux?
Devereaux, yes.
Devereaux.
Yes.
Devereaux. Starring Sonya Devereaux, the 306th most popular actress and screen queen in Hollywood. Guys, this was a pleasure. Anytime you guys want to come back on, please join us. Please let us know, and we'll have you on again, ladies. If you want to join our next ladies' night and drink with the girls and make fun of us guys, that's pretty much what happens. So,
sounds fun.
Yeah. So everyone have a great night. And hey, this was awesome. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
See you guys soon. All right. So let me hit the end screen.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Good to see you guys.
Bye. Thanks for having us.
Nice to meet you guys. You ladies.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on POPXP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the POPXP and over on Instagram at the POPXP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.